welcome to the workbench. I am bringing you guys in on a fix that I've already kind of started. I was originally thinking about just going ahead and just taking care of this and, you know, not filming it, but as I got further into it, I thought this would be some great, some great example of going into this, and I might have to go deeper than you know, what I originally thought I might have to go, and I'll explain that here in a minute. So, Robby Roomba got into a tussle with a cat toy and has wrapped up this cat toy around its wheel. So I've already removed the cover, I've already removed the brush cover, and I've already gone and taken out, there's 2 screws holding in this wheel assembly. Now, I can get replacement wheels, but I don't want to spend the money if I don't have to. So I'm going to see if I can get this cat toy out of here. This ribbon is wrapped up fairly well. I'm not entirely sure. So this was a Christmas present to the cats, and so, you know, that ribbon is about that long, and I'm guessing the other 2 are exactly the same. So I've already removed these screws so I can take this whole assembly out. This is actually the first time I've taken out one of these wheels assemblies. It's the design on this thing is cool for replacement purposes. 2 screws holding it in and a connector, no cables. It just pops in and out. It's a good design. So let me go ahead and move Robby out of the way, because we're not looking at him. We're looking at this. All right, brought you in a little closer there. So it's wrapped up. Now, I can probably get into it, get that cover off if I need to. I don't know. That wheel looks pressed in. It's all probably, well, the motor assembly's there, so that's gearing at that point. The actual motor part isn't there. So I don't want to take that apart if I don't have to. But decided to record this process in case I do. So I am going to see if I can work this loose. Now, it looks like if I had to guess, I would say the green is wrapped this way and the blue is wrapped that way. I don't know, I'm going to try to work it out. I mean, ultimately is if I unroll this or move this wheel, this is it getting longer? Is it working its way out? No, it doesn't appear to be changing. Let's see if I can get this one out anymore. Yep, blue's coming out a little bit more. Of course, I'm also now wrapping up the green. Not sure if you can see that. Not sure if I'm actually making any headway either way, because it seems to be wrapped around either way. Alternatively, wonder if I can wrap it. It's kind of the problem I was thinking that I would have. It's because of this guard, I can't unwrap it without it getting caught on the rubber wheel. Well, it went around. Getting longer, getting shorter. Don't know yet. Not really making a difference. Trying to be patient with it. I mean, ultimately, I don't want to cut it because it's going to be down in that gearing. All right. Neither neither seems to be making any difference at this point. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit here. Okay. All right, let's see if we can start taking this apart. Now, I am going to put some safety glasses on because there is a spring here and I can foresee something flying out. Alright, so that screw is the one that holds it in, that's the one that holds that in. Can I take the gray apart? Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3 maybe. None from above. Alright, let's see if I can take this gray piece off. And dish. One. Oh, perfect shot. Two, those little two look to be the same length. So two on that side that are same length. I don't know about this third one just yet. I always like to make mental note about the length of the screws and where they come out, if there are any differences. That way, you know which ones to go in where. They all look the same length. Good design. Alright, so this is popping apart. I've got some cables, a couple of pins. Let me see if I can get this spring off. There it is. Alright. That spring comes apart. A little limit switch there. Realistically, I just need to get to these screws. Yep. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, maybe. Without pulling that pin out. Yep. Well, these are a different size. I'm going to put those to the separate section of the bowl. Those two are the same length. 1, 2, 3. Love to be able to get into that gearing. 4. These last two look different. They look smaller. Five and 6. I may just leave these last two in place. Here up near the hinge. That's loose. All right. Where are we coming apart now? Let's get the spring. Ooh, lots of gearing there. Yeah. I may just have to drive that pin out. Mr. Unicorn, he's gonna lose his tail. Does this pin? Yeah, that pin's gonna slide. Not with that one, but with this one. pop that hinge pin right out. Perfect. All right. Make sure I don't lose these two screws here. Let's see if they're the same size. So that's little one, and they're both the same size. Perfect. All right, so got a gear set. Now what? Yeah, so that is pressed in there. Ooh, take these gears out. Okay, one gear. I'm gonna leave him in there. Seems to be a silicone grease, kind of the same grease that I use for the printer. Right? Is that going to come out? Is that pressed in there? Plastic gear, I don't want to put a whole lot of force on it. It is spinning easier now. Obviously without any gearing. I'm going to pull this last gear out so I don't lose that. Can't quite ditch. Can't quite ditch the motor. Okay, try to get a couple of other tools. Yeah, got a couple of picks here. Let's see if that gear pops out. Probably does not. Nope. Gear's pretty well in there. Which makes sense, right? It's that gear is probably what's holding the tension on the wheel. Yeah, I don't want to force that. That's one piece of plastic that does not come apart anymore. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit easier. Yeah, sorry. You know what? So it doesn't happen again. There was feathers here too, I think, on the back. Bye-bye, tail. I'm sorry. The cats will still love you. All right. Now I can spin that a little bit more freely and independently of each other. And really just trying to work something free. Orange feathers, yep, yeah, there's feathers in there too. Does not seem. Oh, what are you? Another end of it? wonder how pressed in that is. I wonder if you can go more. That diameter looks smaller. That diameter looks smaller than that. Am I right? So it might drive that way. Let's try it. Nope, I'm going to say nope. That's quite a lot of force there. All right, well, I'm gonna work on this, trying to get those loose. If there's any major developments, I'll bring you back. All right, so I managed to use the pick and pull out the opposite end. So here's the two that I was working on, one and see that. And I managed to get I think the other end of that ribbon now. I don't know what that gets me. It gets me another end. I work it out. Ooh. Getting somewhere with it. Yeah, just hit an impasse. Ran into the rest of it. So now the question is, if I go one direction, I make it tighter on each other. So if I go the other way around, I'll loosen it up. Ooh. Well, it's spinning a little freer. Oh! Ah, got one. And now I've lost the green in there, though. Ah. Did I? Is it gone? Is it gone forever? Oh, I see a little bit of it right there. Let's see if I can snag it. Ooh. All right, so I think that's the original one that I had. Now, the key might be, snag the other end. Is it still there? Oh, see it there. Yahoo! There's the other end. Maybe. Gets way out. think I just about have it out. Now, I know there's going to be some threads and bits left in there, but you know what? I'm going to call that for a win. Good. All right, so I got that all out. Now, let's get it back together, make sure it runs. I am going to see if I can find that silicone grease. Yep, here it is. It's a multi-purpose silicone grease. It is what came with my MakerBot, this kind. So I just got a large tube of it. And it looks about the same. So I am going to give it a little bit of extra little dab. And let's see, that one goes. That one goes there. If I remember correctly, that one goes there. To make the sound. And put a little bit of grease there. It'll work its way around. All right. Now we get to put the cover back on. Not pinch any wires. And then the two little machine screws. That is not a screwdriver. Also not a screwdriver. This is the screwdriver. Two little machine screws there. For closest to the hinge. One. Two. Larger screwdriver. One. Ah, come on. Where'd you go? One, two, three, four. Still sounds good. Figured I would check that before I got all these screws in, right? One, two, three, and four. I'll definitely say that I don't think I've been able to do that with the wheel assembly still in the Roomba. It would just be too difficult pulling the wheel assembly out. Definitely made it a lot easier. What should go in next? So we've got the hinge pin. That would be about the next thing to go in. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge, isn't it? I think I took it out the other way. Booger. Yeah. Okay, hinge pin is in. Ooh, now what? Spring and screws. So the spring, I'm gonna pop. No, I'm not, am I? Let's see if I could. Let's see if I could pull that screw out to give me a little bit more space, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Alright, so that'll go there. That'll fit in. I just need to get the spring. So one loop. I said one loop there. And the other end goes right there. There's going to be cursing involved. So you can use these needle nose pliers there to help. Get that spring on. Come on. Bah. I wonder if the pick will be better. Let's see. Ooh. Put my safety glasses back on because, yeah, springs. Eyes do not grow back. You know what? I can say now. Nope. Try a different hook. Different pick. One's a little bit more hook to it. Come on, get in there. Ah. I told you there was going to be cursing. Of course, it's probably difficult to see on the camera. The lighting. Ah, come on. I wonder. You know what? I am going to go ahead and put those screws in. That way I am not fighting it moving around on me. Well, interestingly, that part is completely visible on the outside. Alright, I'm still going to put these screws in. There's 3 of them. Right. I see 2. Is that the third one? There must be the third one there. One. 2, 3 here on the side. Get that gray piece back in there. Locked into place. Now, I wonder. Okay, so that comes up. I can hear the limit switch. I wonder if I should do this the other way. Go ahead and see if I can remove that. Will it let me? Will it let me? Come on. what I'm thinking is if I could pull it through. All right, well, that's not working. So much for that thought. But I'm gonna see if I can get this back in here. So I've got to get that spring on that little clip. Am I on? Not quite. There it is. Got it. So spring goes there and there. You can hear the limit switch. That is good. Connector is there. And all the screws are in, so let's get it back in. Gonna bring you back after I get some of this cleaned up. Okay, Robby is back on the workbench. And that assembly should go in there. And too big a screwdriver. Another screwdriver, there it is. And there is just 2 screws holding this wheel module in, which I think is the coolest design. It's actually 2 internal, and then the cover, looks like the cover passes through a hole there to help hold it in as well, which is also really well thought out. And all the screws on the base are captured still within the base. Turns, turns. Good. One. I think there's 5. 2, 3. 4 and 5. Okay, front wheel can go back in. Brush can go back in, which is actually a really good time to take a look at this. I done a video a little bit while ago about these replacement corner brushes not having a very good fitment. On the inside, I'm not sure if you can see it. Zoom in. You can see there's a little black shim on the inside. That was a 3D printed shim. It was a really thin shim that folded up and bent into place there to keep it from really rotating upon itself, because that hex hole is too big on some of these replacement brushes, and it causes it to round out. Bring it back in, and tighten it up. So if you want to see that video, I'll link it somewhere about that shim, but yeah, that one's held up really well. Blue tape is the other one that works fairly well. I just had to fix, I had this one that was the printed shim, and then the other one I used just blue tape on to create a little bit of a shim on it. And I don't know, it's been 6 months, and I finally just now had to replace that blue tape. The brush came off today. So we had 2 accidents today. One, the corner brush came off of Rosie, and then Robby here fought the cat toy. All right, what else am I missing? Nothing. All right, so let's see if your dead. The battery actually might be dead on. It's been sitting out for a little bit. Been off the base. Alright, so I am going to charge this and then I'm going to charge this and see if it works. It's actually been off the base all day because as soon as that got eaten, I'm going to charge it. Yep, and I'll let you know how it goes. Alright, Robby Roomba has charged overnight. Let's see how he does. Oh, looks to be backing up straight. Looking pretty good. Corner brush is spinning. Perfect. Head is moving straight, so I am happy that that wheel has been put back together right, and everything's been working there. So, anyhow, I think I'm done here with Robby now. A little bit longer video than I had originally thought it was going to be. Thanks for joining. If you want to see more content, please subscribe, and have a great day. Thanks. Bye.